Yeah, hi. So the subject of Tesla keeps coming up in the chats, and I thought I'd just address the subject head on. This is, just to be clear, this is not, in my view, this is not a stock. I mean, it obviously is a stock, but it has, since the very beginning of its life, had a specific cult following and completely and utterly lived by its own set of rules. I mean, there's no other stock like it. I mean, this, speaking of retail cults, this also has an institutional cult, right? And the most important point I think that needs to be made on Tesla is that their car deliveries were last night. I mean, they're irrelevant, right? I mean, the numbers were better than expected, but it had already rallied 50% for no reason at all, I might add, over the last couple of months into the print. So it was a sell the news event. But the most important point I want to make on Tesla is cars are to Tesla like books are to Amazon, right? Just have a think about that. How many cars they're selling, I know this may be difficult for some of you to understand, is essentially irrelevant. If this company was trading on the valuation or on its sales of its cars and the profit margins of its cars, it would be trading about 50 to 75% lower than where it is now, right? It's a bet, it's an option on the future of robotics and the cult that follows Elon Musk. Now, which is perfectly okay, that's fine, but let's just call it what it is, okay? So, and let's just look at what the bulls are saying on Tesla, right? So let's take Ron Barron, who's a famous institutional investor, who says that he reckons that robo-taxis are going to be $50,000 in net profit per car, million cars per year, so $50 billion in profit per year just for the robo-taxi division. And then if you're trying to factor in all the other robotics elements that are in the future, this is a bet on the future, and it does not trade by any set of rules that applies to any other company in the market. So if you're asking me what to do with the Tesla stock, I have no idea. I never trade it. If I had a gun to my head, I would buy some because it's an option on the future of robotics, and I would never bet against Elon Musk. So you probably have to be long. But in terms of trading this, I have absolutely no idea. Right? It lives by its completely own set of rules. I would advise you not to trade this stock. Maybe buy some of it and put it away. Don't look at it. It could go down 20% tomorrow or up 20% tomorrow. I have no idea. And that's not the kind of thing that I'd like to be trading. So that's the subject of Tesla. And just quickly, whilst you're there, we just got CNBC are now reporting that the non-farm payrolls will not be given to us today. So CNBC, as usual, are talking a bunch of crap. But to be fair, it's not just CNBC. It's just media in general who. You have to, my job is obviously having to sift through the nonsense every day that is filtered through the media, and particularly in the financial space. I mean, it's just very hard to work out what's real and what's not. Anyway, there we go. Another update later. Cheers.